right, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Well, we have a special guest here, the NFL, and got going here, and we have Kevin Wilson here. He's a reporter there for the Prince George's Suite, and he went out there to find out what those guys was doing in the NFL. And he got to go in there, and he tasted some what you call barbecue wings there, and he was so impressed with a young man, this other young man we have here, Mr. Johnson, Richard Johnson. And Mr. Johnson, he's here. He has a terrific program for the young people, internship with the Buffalo Wings. And we're going to talk about that. Kevin, welcome to the Ed Brown Show.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Tell us the NFL meeting there. You met Mr. Johnson, and you were so impressed with him that these wings. Tell us about it. The program that he has there for the young people. He's training people and all that kind of stuff. Tell us about it.
Well, I was on assignment for the Prince George's Suite magazine, and I had met Phil Taylor Sr. At a basketball game, and he was a security guard, and he was telling me about his son, Phil Taylor Jr., that's going to be in the draft, and that they were going to have a party for him at Showplace Arena.
Oh, wow.
And I was invited. So I told the editor, and they gave me the green light. And when I got there, I saw the setup of the food menu, and I noticed all the kids were young. And I asked one of the members, I said, "Who is the owner? Who's the owner of this setup here?" And they pointed to Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, huh?
And I walked over to him and I said, "You know, I'm here for the NFL draft party, but I have to include who made the food." And
you were impressed.
Yes,
right?
I was impressed. I mean, a professional layout.
You're licking your fingers, right?
finger licking good. Licking good. Yes, sir. So I had a little chat with Mr. Johnson, and he told me how he got started, and he served a rapper, actor, P. Diddy's all-white affair, and I was impressed. So I went straight. Got my plate, sat down, and very good food, all the way across the board, from the vegetables to the turkey wings, buffalo wings, everything was delicious.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, welcome to the Ed Brown Show. Tell us about this program that you have for the young people. That Kevin was impressed. See, Kevin was impressed with your wings. You know what I mean? But he also was talking about this program that you have there at the restaurant.
At Marlow Wing House. Well, it is to take young people and teach them the full service of our business. And that's from the bottom to the top. And it is to prepare them for life. My thing is to prepare these young people to be entrepreneurs and just not employees, so that they will know what it is to be like in my position. So, we have a lot of young children. We've been doing this for 11 years, and I've had children come to me.
11 years?
11 years to go out and start their own businesses. And very good jobs from the skills that they learn at my place of business.
Well, how does that program work, for instance, someone's interested in getting involved?
Well, what it is it really starts with the parent.
Right.
The parent comes in. What it is a lot of parents come to my business, and they see the young people in my place of business. And then they ask, can their children be part of it?
No
and
kidding.
What it is I require that they have passing grades. They have to be doing very good in school. And if I have place for them, then I place them in our business, and then they get paid as well as being trained to take them to the next level. And I have a lot of kids that come, they don't look in your eyes, but when they leave, they're boisterous, they express themselves.
You bring out their personality.
Bring out the best in them.
Right,
and then that takes them to the next level.
So with this, is it age limit involved there?
Well, you have to at least be 16 years old.
Yeah, 16 years old.
Right.
And then you would have to have parental.
Right. The parents have to agree. And like I say, it has to be, I have to see the report card. You have to be passing, because I wouldn't want any children in my establishments who are not doing good in school.
Right.
And then one of the teachers see him and says, well, this is why you're not doing good. So you have to be doing very good in school to be in my establishment.
Right, great. Now, tell us, how did you get involved in this business?
Well, I came here in 1995 to open up a business with my cousin. And actually, we got into the MCI Center. And, MCI Center.
Great.
It's called the DC Wing House. And I felt that from that experience, that I could do it for myself. And I opened up a Marlow Wing House in Marlow Heights Shopping Center with nothing. And now we have 4 locations.
But wings, wings.
Right. And we have some of the best food in the county.
That's good. Now, in preparation for that, how do you go about that? You know, everybody has a secret, especially on the sauce. I don't care what you're eating. Everybody has a special sauce for this, whatever food it is. Now,
well, I would say what it is first is you have to have the love in what you do. And I love preparing food. I love bringing people together. I can take a room with 300 or 400 strangers, and the love that you put into the food will determine how the party goes. So when you see everybody talking to each other, mingling with each other, they have the food as a source of conversation. So you really have to have the love. And I won't tell my secret.
you know, everybody has some special, they call it a secret, what else? I know you're not going to give us any information, but tell us some of the main ingredients.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce, that's the main
That's
ingredient?
part of it. Vinegar.
Right.
But I can't tell you the other one.
But the key to that is the amount.
Is the right.
You remember when Grandmom used to, when she make that batter for the cake or making that potato salad, she put a finger in there. Let's say, well, no, we need some more salt on that. That's some more pepper.
That's right.
But you don't have to go through that.
No, sir.
But tell us, how do you get the youngsters in the training? How do you get them to put the right amount? You know, because that's the key. You know, the sauce may be good, but it may be too much and not enough.
Well, you know, before I let them touch the food or do anything, they're constantly being trained by the staff. And then when I feel that they're competent enough that they can go to that next level, then they work with me. And then I just show them.
This graduation.
They graduate.
How long does it usually take?
It all depends on the youth. It can take 3 to 4 or 5 months to get them to where.
Is that right?
They're running my business, and on Sundays I allow the youth to run the whole store.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And, from the cashier.
From the dish station to the cashier. If I get to trust you enough, you'll work on the register.
Right.
And once you do that, I have shown you my whole operation. And what it is it's not to say that you're going to be in a restaurant business, but what it is getting you ready for different levels that is going to be needed to take you to the next level. So I'm just getting
discipline.
Here. Discipline, exactly, discipline.
Yeah.
How to take an order, how to talk on the phone, how to convey with the customers, how to just because you're being watched by so many people in our businesses, you know. So you need to feel comfortable. You need to be very professional and polite. So these are the things that I train you to do. Because when you get out in the workforce, you will be judged by what you don't know. Right.
Well, you know, appearance is very important too. How do you work that in?
Well, you have to come in a decent outfit. No polish on your fingers for the girls. The guys have to have their pants pulled up with a belt on.
With a belt on.
With a belt on. And it's just because in my business, it's almost like you're on television. So you're being watched by 50, 60, 70 people. So it's very important that we all look alike from a professionalism point of view.
Right. And as far as how you determine when a youngster is ready?
It's based on their attitude. I have a lot of kids that come in quiet, and then after time they speak up a little bit more, or I have some that come in aggressive from the start, and those are the ones probably that catch my attention first, the ones who are asking me about how I run my business, or I want a business for myself, will you teach me? So, you know, it's just different levels for everybody, but the whole thing is just to get them ready to go in the workforce, to go to college. I've had a lot of young kids that come through who, I have a young lady who came to me, she was a young girl, she works at Radio 1, she's doing very well with the company. I have a young guy named Juan Stewart, he went on to open up his own business, and I can't think of the name of it. But I mean, it's just based on the kid.
And now, how do the parents get involved?
Well, the parents will bring them to me.
Okay.
And they say, well, I can't get them to do such and such at home. Can you help me out? And I say, sure. I says, but I'm going to be real with your children. So when you give them to me, I'm going to take it from here. So, you know, it's tough love. You're in a kitchen with other people that's vying for attention to grow. So you kind of got to be a little shark in the water. And the thing is, after they've been developed, the parents come in and say, I still can't get them to do the trash or wash the dishes. And how do you do that? I just said, it's out of respect. You have to demand respect.
Right, right. If you don't do that, and that's so very important, you know, that an individual is properly trained.
Right.
You know, if they're not trained, then you know the results is negative.
It's negative.
You know, all the time. You know, that's the same way with your youngsters, your own youngsters.
Yeah.
If you don't teach them how to, hey, you may think the big deal of putting the trash out every Thursday or putting the recycle out every Wednesday, you know what I mean?
Right.
But the idea is that they have to realize the responsibility that they have, that you shouldn't have to nag them to do things, that they should do things automatically after they're exposed to it.
Exactly.
Now, what about male or female? What you get involved in that? Is it usually the male or the female that gets involved?
Well, it's both. It's we all work together. You know, I stress the fact that when you're at work, the guys don't be disrespectful to the girls, and the vice versa. So
respect them.
It's a comfortable atmosphere.
Right.
Nobody's intimidating anybody.
Yeah. And respect for each
it's
other.
A respect for each other, and the whole ideal is to be on my work, for me to train you to get paid. It's all about. It's about the money. As far as that's the last step, is to get paid for your services. And when you pay that young child and you give them a check, you just see the smile and the confidence that that work they did last week led to a paycheck. And this is what most kids have to learn out here in this world is the world is not going to give you anything. You have to earn it.
Yeah. They always give you something you don't want in the
Yes.
world. Jelly, that's what happens. You get plenty of that, items that you don't want, but you know what it takes? It takes a youngster to evaluate situations and things that they want to do. Because many of them, in selecting a career, they really don't know, what unless they're exposed. And I think your idea of exposing the youngsters into the business to the point and the discipline that it takes to run the business. You can't be haphazardly with your financing.
Right.
See, and financing is another thing the youngsters need to know. They've most of them haven't had anything formally in financing other than they get their allowance or something like that. But other than that, and in your situation, what you're doing, show them the responsibility that they have to have, and they got to do these things. Right. Isn't that?
This is correct.
Isn't that?
Because a lot of the youth, when they come in, they'll just automatically assume that I'm rich.
Right.
Mr. Johnson, you're always busy this, you're always busy that. So when they get to a certain point, I says, okay, now I'm going to discuss the finance part of it.
Right.
If me as a person, I do a certain amount of money a day in sales. Let's just say I do $1,000 a day in sales. Let's just say my labor is $250. That is the workers.
Right.
Well, we have to buy the food.
Right.
I have to pay utilities. So when it's all said and done, that $1,000 really that you think is a lot of money is not a lot of money.
No.
So when you get to that point and I'm showing you about the numbers, then to me you got it, because then you learn that at the end of the day, all this money does not go to my pocket.